Giraffes, the tallest story ever told. Africa is a land of contrasts, a continent where snow-capped mountains rise above deserts of shifting sand, where rainforests hum with life beside endless golden savannas. It is the birthplace of humanity, a cradle of cultures, and home to the greatest diversity of wildlife on Earth. Among lions, elephants, leopards, and zebras, one animal rises above them all, both literally and symbolically. The giraffe, with its long neck and watchful eyes, is a living monument of the African wilderness. The design of a giant. No other creature looks quite like a giraffe. Standing up to 6 meters tall and weighing more than a ton, it is the tallest land animal on the planet. Its legs alone are longer than most people, measuring nearly 2 meters, and its neck can stretch beyond that. Yet, despite their size, giraffes move with a surprising grace, gliding across the plains with strides that cover up to 8 meters in a single step. Inside their towering bodies lies a masterpiece of biology. A giraffe's heart, weighing around 11 kilograms, is one of the most powerful in the animal kingdom, pumping blood up the long neck to reach the brain. To prevent fainting when lowering its head to drink, the giraffe has a complex network of valves and elastic vessels that regulate pressure. Their lungs, too, are oversized, ensuring oxygen reaches every cell of their massive frame. Evolution has sculpted them not only to survive, but to dominate the treetops. Their coats, patterned with brown patches on pale gold, are as unique as human fingerprints. Each giraffe can be identified by its spots, which also serve as camouflage among the broken shadows of acacia trees. These patterns aren't just for beauty. Beneath the darker patches lie large blood vessels and sweat glands, helping regulate body temperature in the sweltering heat. Necks, tongues, and diet. The giraffe's most iconic feature, its neck, is both a weapon and a tool. Despite its length, it contains the same number of vertebrae as a human neck, 7, only elongated. At the treetops, giraffes feast on leaves that other animals cannot reach, particularly the tender shoots of acacias. Their tongues, dark blue to protect against sunburn, can stretch 45 centimeters, curling around branches to strip leaves while avoiding thorns. An adult giraffe may eat up to 34 kilograms of foliage each day, spending most of its waking hours feeding. Surprisingly, they only drink water every few days, obtaining much of their hydration from plants. When they do drink, they spread their legs awkwardly wide or kneel, an act that leaves them vulnerable to predators. It is during these moments that vigilance is most important. Social lives in the savanna. Giraffes are social, though their groups are fluid. Herds can consist of a few individuals or dozens, often changing as members come and go. Females tend to stay with calves, forming nurseries where several mothers protect young together, while males roam more freely. Unlike elephants or wolves, giraffes have no permanent leaders. Instead, they live in a loose, ever-shifting society that drifts across the grasslands. Courtship is brief but dramatic. Males compete through necking, swinging their long necks like hammers, slamming their ossicones, horn-like structures, into each other's bodies. These contests can be fierce, yet they rarely result in death. The winner earns the right to mate, but once the encounter ends, the pair separates, continuing the endless cycle of the savanna. The journey of new life. Every giraffe's life begins with a fall, literally. After a 15-month pregnancy, a female gives birth standing up. The calf drops nearly 2 meters to the ground, a rough welcome into the world, but a vital one, stimulating its first breath. Within an hour, the newborn can stand. Within a day, it can run. Standing 1.8 meters tall at birth and weighing up to 60 kilograms, it is already larger than most full-grown animals. For the first months, the calf remains under its mother's protection. She provides rich milk packed with antibodies, while teaching survival skills: when to run, when to hide, and when to stand still and camouflage. Still, the risks are immense. Lions, hyenas, leopards, and even crocodiles prey on calves, and fewer than half survive their first year. Those that endure grow into giants, reaching maturity at around 4 to 5 years of age. Predators and defenses. Though peaceful, giraffes are far from defenseless. A single kick from a giraffe's powerful legs can crush the skull of a lion. Their long legs and stride give them the ability to sprint at 60 kilometers per hour, fast enough to escape most pursuers. Their height allows them to spot danger long before it arrives, making them the sentinels of the savanna. Herds of zebras and antelopes often rely on giraffes' vigilance, scattering at the first sign of alarm. Still, predators adapt. Lions, in particular, are skilled at ambush. They may work together to bring down even an adult giraffe, leaping onto its back or attacking from below. Cheetahs and hyenas typically target the young. Yet despite these dangers, it is not nature's hunters that pose the greatest threat, it is humans. The human shadow. For centuries, giraffes have been hunted for their meat, hides, bones, and tails. Their skins, prized for their unique spotted patterns, are turned into belts, rugs, and furniture. Their tails once served as status symbols, used to make fly whisks by African royalty and, later, colonial settlers. Today, despite laws and bans, illegal trade persists. Habitat loss is an even greater challenge. Expanding farms, roads, and towns cut across ancient migration routes. Barbed wire fences entangle giraffes, sometimes fatally. Vehicle collisions, particularly at night when giraffes are blinded by headlights, cause deadly accidents for both animals and people. Between 1999 and 2016, giraffe populations fell by nearly 40%, a silent crisis that earned them the name the Forgotten Giants of conservation. Science and conservation. Efforts to save giraffes are growing. Conservationists now chip giraffes with tiny micro-trackers, allowing scientists to follow their movements, study migration, and identify critical habitats. Protected areas like Serengeti National Park, Etosha in Namibia, and Kruger in South Africa provide safe havens, while local programs work with farmers to reduce conflict. Electric fences, education programs, and ecotourism offer alternatives to killing. Organizations such as the Giraffe Conservation Foundation and the African Wildlife Foundation are leading the fight. Their work has revealed surprising facts. What was once thought to be a single giraffe species may actually be four distinct ones, each with unique genetics and behaviors. Protecting them requires not only saving individuals, but preserving the richness of their diversity. Symbiotic partnerships. Not all relationships in the giraffe's world are hostile. Oxpeckers, small birds with sharp beaks, perch on their backs, feeding on ticks and parasites. Cattle egrets walk beside them, snatching insects disturbed by their movements. Even giraffes' droppings enrich the soil, feeding termites and beetles, which in turn sustain countless other creatures. In the web of the savanna, nothing stands alone. Legends and symbolism. Beyond science, giraffes inspire human imagination. Ancient rock art in Africa depicts them as spiritual beings, symbols of grace, patience, and foresight. In some cultures, they represent harmony, a bridge between earth and sky. Even today, their silhouette against the horizon is one of the most iconic images of Africa, a reminder of wilderness, beauty, and fragility. A precarious future. Giraffes are generally gentle toward humans, but their size and power mean they can be dangerous if threatened. A startled giraffe can swing its neck like a club or lash out with devastating kicks. Rare incidents, such as attacks on careless tourists or zookeepers, serve as reminders that wild animals are not ornaments for human amusement. Respect is the price of coexistence. Yet for all their strength, giraffes remain vulnerable. Climate change, deforestation, and poaching push them toward decline. If current trends continue, some subspecies may disappear within our lifetimes. But hope remains. Conservation successes in Kenya, Namibia, and Niger show that populations can recover when people choose protection over exploitation. The Skywalkers. To see a giraffe in the wild is to witness something extraordinary. Moving across the savanna with silent steps, their heads swaying above the treetops, they seem almost unreal, as if painted into the landscape by an artist's brush. They are not just animals. They are keepers of the horizon, shaping ecosystems, inspiring cultures, and reminding us that height brings not only power, but perspective. The fate of the giraffe is in human hands. To lose them would not only silence a unique voice in the chorus of life, but erase one of nature's most remarkable experiments. To save them is to prove that humanity can rise above its own shadows, protecting the giants who carry the sky upon their backs.